Hey y'all, it's me. Well, we had a suddenly. Was not expecting this because the blooms were so small the last time we picked. And Chelsea and I have agreed to take Sundays off. That gives her a chance to just visit with her friends, ride her motorcycle, do things like that. Gives me and Hugh a chance just to kind of hang out. But I came down here this morning just to water the sunflower seedlings that we have planted down there. And this is what I found. 2 days, y'all. 2 days. And guess what? I called Chelsea. I said, Houston, we have a problem. So she is on her way. Her friend Aurora is coming to help us, and we're gonna get these zinnias cut. These are the Bennery's Giants, and we've just started getting a few of them this past week, and most of them were either in that stage or this stage the last time we picked 2 days ago. Yeah, it was a suddenly. But that's all right. That's all right. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at this. Look at this, y'all. They're perfect. And they're vibrant. And I love the orange. But anyway, so I've got our buckets washed, and as soon as the girls get here, we'll jump down here and get started. As you can see, the sunflowers are pretty much gone. There's a few over there, but when you get up closer to them, you'll notice that they're really wonky. They're misshaped. We left all these little side shoots that were coming off. Most of them, we use some of them in the little jars because they're little, but most of them we've been leaving for the pollinators to enjoy. But let me take you down here. We've made a decision concerning the sunflowers. Y'all know that we started in June, early June, just sowing them directly into the garden, and it has not been as successful as we would like to have. Let me take you up here first and show you. Of course, these are the ones that the groundhogs got, and I never have weeded them. At this point, I don't intend to. They're just there. There's Chelsea's gloves. I bet she'll be looking for them. But these, you can see how uniform they have been. You know, of course they're cut, but you can see we have routinely gotten 5 or 6 in every little row. See right here, you can see better, all the little stalks sticking up. And this is when we were still growing them in the 128 plugs. I think this is the last ones that we actually set out in the garden, that we started in the plugs and just brought out here and planted. And you can see there's just not any missing, or just very few missing. So now let's go down here, and I'm going to show y'all. Oops, I forgot to turn my tank off, and it continues to gravity feed. See? Sometimes I have to water with that. Well, I don't anymore because we went to Harbor Freight yesterday and we bought a new water pump. This water pump needs a motor, he said. And we're going to go ahead and buy a motor for it. We bought a carburetor, and he'll change the carburetor. That will help. But we're going to go ahead and buy the motor because the motor's about half the price of this new, but the the piece of equipment itself is still in really good shape. So that will give us one on the shelf in the basement in case one gets a clogged carburetor and we have to wait on it. Because I can tell you right now, as dry as this summer has been, a water pump is a valuable piece of equipment. All right, look. You see how sparse this is? We planted 5 seed in every single row, and we have basically between 2 and 4 seed coming up. That's not good. That's not good. I'm not happy with that at all. We should have 4 to 5 seed in every row coming up. So we're not doing that anymore. I'm just going to suck it up, and I'm going to start growing them again in the 128 plug trays. Now, and we really take pains with putting them in the ground like this. We put peat moss in the row, then we drop our seed on top of the peat moss. We put peat moss on top of it, and we sprinkle a little organic fertilizer over top of that, and then we keep them watered in a couple of times a day. So they have the best opportunity to grow, but I don't know. I have no idea why they're just so difficult. Because sunflower seeds should be the easiest thing in the world to grow in the ground, because you can drop one and I guarantee it's going to come up. So anyway, we're just going to go back to the more laborious way of doing it, and that's okay. That's okay. We plant everything else out, so the only difference between planting them out of the plug trays and planting the little seedlings that we grow in the soil blocks is that it's a booger getting them out of the plug trays. You have to take a pencil, and at least there's a hole in the bottom, not big enough for your finger, but big enough for a pencil, and you have to poke them out. Not sure what happened there. Looks like we had a water leak. That's pretty perfect though, isn't it? I don't know what happened. Oh well. The hose might have been laying up there when he was messing around with the pump at one point. It might have been jetted pointing down this direction. That might be the case because it gets bigger down here. Oh well, we'll go with that. But these little seedlings look good. I've kept them watered in this very dry spell. We did finally get some rain yesterday, and we are expecting some rain this afternoon, and really a little bit of rain all the rest of the week. And then here again, you can see how sparse these little sunflower seedlings are. I just don't get it. But we'll make the correction that we feel like is best, which is just go ahead and plant them in the little 128 plug trays. Here's our little marigolds. They're looking pretty good. Looks like I lost a couple. The heat here this week was brutal. I'm certain that it wasn't what some of y'all are enduring, because our heat here, I think one day, the day that we went to market, and this is the glass corn. We planted just several little sections of glass corn down here on this end of the garden. This is the end that gets shaded, but it's good enough for the corn. It'll be happy here. But the day I left to go to market, Thursday afternoon, it was 96 degrees when I pulled out of the driveway. That's just brutal for here in western North Carolina in the mountains. So I can't imagine what some of y'all are dealing with, and I am so sorry. Look over here. Wouldn't you just love to have a hammock? Right here under these trees. Yes. Chelsea keeps saying, Mom, I'm going to build us a little place outside under the trees to have a break. And we can go over there to sit and drink our Gatorade or whatever. Because the problem is, when we go inside, and we'll put on our little Lisa Mason Ziegler workshop, the classes that we bought, and we'll try to listen to those. Look at the mushrooms. Or lichens. I'm not sure what those would be. Growing on the side of the tree. My mother-in-law always called them a lichen. L-I-C-H-E-N, I think. But anyway, those, what was I saying? We both get very sleepy and we fall asleep. And then sometimes that's not conducive to getting back outside for an hour or two, and sometimes that's just not the good thing. All right, there's the little peppers I planted. I planted mostly the jalapeno, which is the mild jalapeno, and I also planted a bunch of the California Wonder. These we've got to uncover today. They're grown up into the netting. But see, there again, you can see all the sparseness. There's a healthy looking patch, but sparse. And we have some baby's breath. They're still hanging on. I think it's the wrong time of year for them. And here's some celosia. The celosia are standing up nice and tall and straight. This little center section right here, we planted just in our dirt. And our dirt without any of the peat moss over top of it. And the peat moss allows it to kind of come up easier. So obviously it's a thing. But we'll uncover these today and let them start growing a little better. Yeah, I didn't realize they were so crushed. This rain that we had this past week really helped things. These guys, these are our lemon cucumbers, and we've lost a couple of them, but most of them are hanging on. So you can see that we got to get a trellis up so that they can start growing. Over here are the rest of the peppers. I think this row is the California Wonders, which is basically just a green bell pepper. And then we have watermelons and a few cukes. And we also have all of our little pumpkins down there. And they've all survived fairly well. I see a spot here and there that's missing. But it looks like they've survived most of the dryness. Get some weeds knocked down. And we've got to create, ooh, it looks like some of those down there are not happy. Some of them are big and beautiful, and some of them are struggling. So we'll have to come down here and check them out and see what's going on. But we've grown some of the little black bear pumpkins. They're small, they're just a couple of pounds. We've grown some of the jack belittles, or something like that. And yeah, we got to get the hose weeded out. The trails I don't care about, because honestly that gives us something to walk on. These down here are not going to be wide enough to mow, so we'll just take the hoe and just give them just a topple. But those, I've got to give them a landing place to start running. But anyway, the girls just pulled in. They'll be headed down here, and we're gonna go cut zinnias, y'all. I love you much. I hope your day is beautiful and not horribly hot. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.